name is John Haynes. I'm the Managing Director of the International Coaching Academy. Now, we've got something special for you. I've got two guests with me this afternoon will literally blow your mind. My first guest, here he is. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Peter Willoughby. I'm the founder of a company called Simply Naturals Limited.
And what's your name, young man?
My name's Kevin Mogan. I'm a holistic therapist and nutritional consultant, and I promote alongside Peter his business.
Now, listen everybody, I want you to pick up your pens, like the pen connect with the brain, because this is going to be something that's life-changing. And all the time we say in our academy, Einstein used to say, the purpose of life is to make a difference in another person's life. And I think that's what you two boys are doing. Could you tell all my viewers exactly what's the product and what you do in the period?
Oh, I learned the hard way, and sometimes when you find something good, you do find out the hard way. I stumbled across a product which primarily I wanted to stop me getting back in a wheelchair. I'm not going to bore you with the horrific accident I had when I was a young lad, but needless to say, I was destined to be in a wheelchair, having broken just about every bone in my body, and it really was.
How did you do that,
horrific.
Peter?
Well, no, head-on collision with a lorry.
Oh, blimey.
And the chap who was driving the lorry, he was drunk. He didn't want to hang around, so he popped the lorry into reverse gear, and the wheels went over me.
And the wheels went over?
Oh yeah. And he popped it into first gear and drove off, and it went over me again. So.
And he was drunk?
Oh, he was, yeah.
I hope he got caught.
He did, yeah. The lorry had my motorbike stuck in the front of it, and the engine blew up and seized, so the police nabbed him just down the road.
Wow. So what happened after that then, young man?
I was going to say the ambulance folks scooped me up like a bag of bones, but let's carry on. I've got to put a bit of light-hearted humour sometimes. I really feel that helps us along. Other than my right arm and my spine, everything got broken. Absolutely everything.
Everything got broken?
Everything, hips, knees, ankles. I've got the femur on the right exploded, fractured skull, my face was in pieces. I was a mess. I really was like a pizza on the road, someone exclaimed.
Pizza.
But I went through.
Terrific.
Yeah, I know. I went through this course of rehabilitation, and I was on crutches for years, getting better, and I thought, hey, I'm on crutches now. I'll be on walking sticks, and I'll be a good lad again. Only to be told that the doctors had finally, done as much as they could for me. False hips, false knees, ankles repaired, everything repaired, and they said, here's the thing: get ready to go back in a wheelchair because you're not going to get any better. And once you've come out of a wheelchair, you've got yourself off of crutches, you get smacked in the face with a sledgehammer.
We call this in our academy going through the dark night of the soul. Mm-hmm. So you've gone through the dark night of the soul, and they say if you hang on long enough, that's when the brightest stars shine. So what was your brightest star? You're still here with us now.
I'm blessed.
Quite remarkable.
Yes.
So how did you recover from all this?
I had to think for myself, really. I had to start researching, what can I do to stop me going back in a wheelchair? What can I do to slow down that process of osteoporosis, of my joint seizing up?
Yes.
What joints were left that were mine? So I had to, consciously think about that. The doctors did a fantastic job. And I'd never criticised the doctors, but that's kind of where it stops. Rehabilitation today's a lot better than what it was back in the sort of mid-80s when I was looking into it.
Yes.
But come the late 80s, the ability to research actually got a lot better, and that's when I started researching what was it I could do to prevent. And I'm always going to use that one word, and that's where you come from, Kevin, and it's prevention.
Prevention.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So come on, tell us what the product is all about. And how can my viewers use this product, and what's the benefits?
What I discovered, what was missing from our diets, what was missing from everything, and from our foods predominantly, are these simple things called minerals. And everybody says, yeah, I know about minerals. I know about carbon, calcium, magnesium. Yes, and we have a basic understanding of minerals, but what we don't understand is that our food should contain at least 50 plus minerals and what they call trace elements to enable our bodies to perform at their optimum.
Wow, I didn't know that. 50?
50 or more, yes, yes.
Right.
And if you read the books of today, there aren't that many in our foods. You know, the core minerals you'll find in our foods today probably total about 8. You know, and in better foods, they may total 15, 16. And the term organic, although I would suggest everybody eats organic doesn't mean that it's any better for you. It just means that it's potentially less harmful
Potential.
for you.
If you listen to
Potentially
this,
less harmful for you. Because organic is taking
I
away
didn't
the
know that
nasties.
again.
They're not putting goodness back in the soil. And
Wow.
that's where that's where the crux lies, is how good is the soil that our foods are grown in.
I see, yes.
If it's not in the soil, it's not in the food that grows in the soil, and it's not in us. So if we're constantly growing foods, for example, under polytunnels in Spain, where they're encouraging them to go faster, you're actually going to end up with foods that have got virtually no nutrition. They're jammed full of water. I mean, tomatoes all taste like water today, we'd all agree on that.
Right.
Yeah. That's because you feed them a couple of minerals, three minerals NPK. It makes them thirsty. They drink lots of water, which is cheap. So you get a nice big juicy tomato that tastes of nothing,
Stunning.
but it sells by the kilogram. So you pay a lot of money for water.
Oh,
Put in the tomato.
So you went from this horrific road accident, and
Yeah.
you're still alive now. No?
Yeah.
So the bright star was the bright star. You went through the dark night of the soul, but the bright star was these products.
These minerals, yes.
These minerals.
And straight to the point, I found a source of minerals that are extracted from prehistoric vegetation, the huge, lush green vegetation that was around when the dinosaurs were on the planet. And quite simply, the company, we use pure water to extract water-soluble, and this is plant-source minerals from this prehistoric vegetation, and that's the key. That's
the key. But I can hear my viewers saying now, who else has used this product? What difference has it made in their life? It's made a big difference in your life. We can see that.
Yeah,
And living proof of them.
Thank you. The reason behind the company is, had I not been on that product, I would be dead today. And that was my catalyst.
Oh, that's a
and
big one,
and my medical MRI scans and my angiograms,
Peter.
they are historic as far as the Royal Brompton London is concerned. Since making that decision, since introducing it to the market in a very discreet way through people that understand what we're doing, we've had some famous celebrities on the product, shouting out the merits.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the chaps that really was super fit, that even found benefit, was our F1 driver, Jenson Button.
Jenson Button, yes.
When he won the Grand Prix.
That's right.
During the lead up to that, part of his regime was to take the minerals as part of it. Did he feel better physically? Was he more active? I don't believe he was, and I heard from my contact that knows him that he didn't feel that he was extra super fit, because he is anyway. But there was one thing that came out of that, was that his focus. Just his attention to detail was what he noticed that was better. We've had Olympic cyclists that, since retiring, having taken the product, have achieved better than their personal best.
This is awesome.
And do these minerals do that? I suggest what they're like is like the spark plugs in the car engine. Your energy will come from your foods, the proteins, the carbs, the vitamins. Those are really the fuel in your car. The oil that makes it all work. The size of your wheels, whether you've got blingy alloys or not. That's all your vitamins, your carbs,
I like the analogy on that, Peter. I like that.
I tell you what, if those little spark plugs in your engine, if they're dirty or they're not working, it doesn't matter how good your car is.
Oh,
doesn't matter what engine you've got.
Yeah.
what wheels you're running,
See that?
blingy 22-inch chromes. If those little tiny spark plugs aren't there, you're not going to perform to the optimum. That's where we are with minerals.
This
and
is
we've missed a big
awesome,
trick.
Peter. Now, over to you then, Kevin. How long have you been involved with these products, and what testimonials have you had from other people? And what's your passion about them?
I'm very passionate about it. I don't believe that I would be as fit as I am today without them. I've had a life of ill health, ranging from chronic liver disease, tuberculosis, being immunocompromised, all in my 20s and 30s, a 4.5 year battle in chronic pain that nearly killed me, trying to fight tuberculosis. When I came across these products 5 years ago, when I was introduced to Peter in a hotel that they were doing in Liverpool, that they were doing their presentation to get their message across, I was one of the lucky people to be invited to that, and the information just blew me away.
Is
and
that
I thought, I've got to have a go at that. So when I started that product 5 years ago, I've now had, my personal testimonial is this, I've now had the best healthy 5 years than I've had in any of my other years, and I'm now 57.
Is that right, Kevin?
And when I had tuberculosis at 36, I really didn't think I'd get to 56 or 57, which is where I am now.
36, you thought that was coming to the end of your life?
Yeah, I really did. My family were called to my bedside twice, being told to prepare for the worst whilst I was in Marie Curie. Now, whilst the minerals weren't in my life then, they've certainly been in my life and improving it for the last 5 years. So my testimonial for my personal use of them is that I absolutely would not look or feel or have the focus that I have or the energy that I have now in this last 5 years, because that's evidence of my 52 years before where I am now are the miles.
So you are the testimonial for these products.
I am. I truly believe that they've changed my life.
You've gone through a life of pain, and you've come across Peter and his products, and
yeah, I don't have aches and pains and creaks and groans. I don't have the same problems that I had with kidney function, liver function. They've all changed. I still have some of those problems. I'm still immunocompromised, but in the way of daily living, I get up in the morning feeling fresh and great. That's not what I had before these products.
You're smiling these days. You're looking a bit younger.
Yeah, well, so are you. You use them.
Viewers, I use them, and would you believe I'm 50 next birthday, telling porkies, but I feel better with them. So why isn't this on national health? Why? They do say all of us, with this day and age, the 21st century, we've got to change. We've got to take full responsibility for our education, our money, our career, our family. But we've got to 100% take responsibility for our health.
Yeah, we have to take control of our own
We've
health.
got to take responsibility for our health. We can't blame the doctors and the nurses anymore.
No, we can't.
So how can we purchase these products, and how do you use them? I'm getting excited now. I'm glad I'm taking them. I'm going to live till 120.
Well, over to you.
There's a lot of ways that you can actually purchase them, but best way is to go online. Just go to the website. We can probably put the web address at the end of this message, can we?
Please, yes.
Yeah.
We've got to get this out.
I'll just put a link on this message.
Yeah.
Well, this is awesome. And have you got any other testimonials that you've seen people taking them? Yours is a brilliant one. Jason Button, this.
I had one, if I may, just for a second. I had one recently. I've got lots, as you well know, on my Facebook page. But one of the ones that impressed me the most, because of the speed that this happened, is actually for a dog, because as a therapist and Reiki master, I also work with animals. So someone came to me with a problem with their dog a few months ago, and the dog's skin was terrible, or the fur was falling out. Unfortunately, she was really weak. The smell from the decaying flesh obviously wasn't really nice and was filling the home. More importantly for the dog was that she'd also been diagnosed with liver cancer, secondary cancer into the kidneys.
Wow.
So for me as a holistic therapist, when they came to me, I made it quite clear that I address the inflammation where the cancer lives. I don't address the cancer, or indeed any other illness. I leave that to the specialists that those people are with, in this case their vet. Now their vet didn't want to treat the cancer. He felt that nothing could be done. So again, I just made it quite clear that my focus is inflammation, because that's where most diseases will thrive.
Right.
So for me, take away the home and they've got nowhere to live, and the body will hopefully discard it. But it can only do that if the immune system is strong and powerful, and that's exactly what these vitamins and minerals do that I promote. They will feed, nourish and boost the immune system. So once you've done that and you're taking these constantly, you know that your body's going to be in optimal performance in order to address the inflammation. Now within 24 hours, getting back to the dog, within 24 hours of having Pet Life, which is another product that Simply Naturals do, and it's the pet version of the 75 minerals, with a few added other things that dogs and cats need. Within 24 hours, and this testimony is quite clear, and it's on my Facebook page, and it's been authorised by the owner of the dog. She was up the following day, running around, doing the usual that she used to do, get my lead, I want to go for a walk, made it quite clear she wanted to go out. She hadn't done this for a number of weeks. Take the dog out, she's bouncing all over the place, she's weeing everywhere, she's interacting. She did that for a few more days, and within 4 weeks her skin was completely clear of the problems that we're trying to get out of her skin, and her fur had all grown back, so she's now all glossy and lovely. I unfortunately don't know what the situation is with the cancer, but she's bouncing around, and so far it's changed her life. Has it saved her life? I don't really know, but it's certainly changed it. But they're going to keep me informed, because they will be going for periodic x-rays to find out.
Kevin.
Yeah.
That's, see,
yeah. And their vet has a huge interest in this too.
Well, listen, we're coming to the end of our show, but let's finish off with you, Peter, because you've stunned me. You were under a lorry. And he was drunk, and he went that way, then went back
that way.
But look at you now.
Thank you.
So, tell us the real benefits of all my viewers. Both these benefits. What would you really think it will make a difference? Kevin's been so specific with it.
I've been blessed with being able to share and listen to life-changing stories, not from 1, 10, hundreds, if not thousands of customers.
Yes.
And they range from psoriasis, skin complaints, high blood pressure, normalising, low blood pressure, normalising, of course energy levels, type 2 diabetes, the body's inability to to absorb nutrients, improving, going. I've got so many testimonials, I could be here all day and write a book about it. But here's the key thing, if every single thing the body does relies on a complete spectrum of these plant-derived minerals, if we're not getting those, it stands to reason that everything that starts to deteriorate is because of a lack of minerals. So you can associate it with just about every problem that we're faced with. Obviously not being run over by a lorry, but when it comes to general health problems, we must look at diet. And as you rightly said, we've got to take control of our lives, and it's not just about what we don't have. It's thinking about removing some of the stuff we do have, and I think that may be something for another day.
Well, I can't thank the pair of you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
They do say in every business now, Einstein was right all those many years ago. you two boys are making a difference in other people's lives. So viewers, you've got to use these products. Look at me, I started using them a long time ago, about a year ago, and I feel more healthier at my age, and I get up at 4:45 every morning. I have the energy and I keep going all day, but I just feel good in myself. So they say the brain keeps the body going till 120 years of age, and that's what you've got to do. It's nothing sadder than seeing people work all their lives and at 70 the back goes, the heart goes, all this. You've got to use these products. These two men are quite remarkable. So thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, John.
And
It's a pleasure.
thank you,
Thank you,
Peter.
John. Pleasure.
Absolutely awesome.
Pleasure to be here.
Thank
In
you
two
for
ways.
looking in.